Probably gotta give it some gas when you're first starting up. It doesn't want to cooperate right now for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. Usually,
there we go.
It used to just fire right up.
Welcome back, everybody, to a different kind of video from Exhibition of Speed. My name is Gavin. We're here in a 1987?
86.
86 AMC Eagle.
Yeah. Yeah, my name's Tom. I'm the owner. I've had this, what, 6, almost 7 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Daily driven it for half those years and kind of retired it after I started getting a little bit of rust from all those winter driving, but it's an awesome car. It's, I don't know what to say about it. It's just a really nice cruiser.
It's a lifted, like, rad era wagon.
It does everything. It has, you can tow with it. It's got plenty of roof rack storage. It's got plenty of backseat storage. It's off-road capable.
It's legit off-road capable?
I've stormed down the streets when it's totally covered in snow, like a few feet.
Yeah.
To the point where the snow is just blowing over the windshield. You have no idea where you're going.
Are there trails to go, like, out to over here? We're not in Utah, by the way. I should probably preface this. We are in Muskegon, Michigan. I'm actually here on a family reunion trip and reached out, made some connections to local owners in the area. And, well, here we are. Okay, so power-wise, what are we working with? It's you said a 4.2 liter?
4.2 liter, 258, pretty common engine with any Jeep, and it pretty much makes 100 horsepower, I think, right now. It's really worn out. I forget how much they made stock. And a reverse flow head, it's not a powerhouse. It's just a generic kind of engine. It's reliable. It's got 180,000 original miles. It's burning oil, though, right now, but...
I mean, like many cars that do at 180K.
Yeah. Well, especially old cars. That's like a lot more miles than newer cars. Newer cars, they think this is nothing, but...
Sure.
Any classic car, it's wow.
So the first thing I'm noticing, and maybe it's just my seating position itself, but steering wheel's kind of going this way, the pedals are over here.
Yeah, they kind of had to like move a lot of the floor panels out of the way to get room for that transfer case, but the seats are totally electric adjustable. You can play around them.
Oh, interesting.
The steering wheel adjustment's really crazy. That's like nearly fully up, but it could go straight down vertical to you.
It's also got a lot of play in it.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, you can basically do this like, it's like the soap opera or whatever you want to call those comedy skit shows where they're driving around, they just do this.
Oh yeah, they're going like this.
But yeah, you can actually do that.
There's a stop light.
Yeah.
You have to get into the brakes for that one.
Yep.
You have to kind of get into them.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, you hit the brakes and it's like an old school where it's like not perfectly equal braking, so it kind of wants to go a little bit this way or this way, and then you just kind of keep pressing down on it and it'll eventually stop.
So
we'll see.
Okay.
It's got enough power to get you there.
I mean, the speedo ends at 85 anyway. So
55. It starts redlining at 55, and then 85 I don't think is obtainable.
Probably not.
I think I've had it almost to 75 once. Only once.
Ballsy.
That's where the PCV valves were like showing they weren't working at all, and oil just started spraying on every exhaust component, and it was just a giant smoke cloud going down the highway.
Sure. So as more of a as more of a history lesson than anything, you and I were talking in the parking lot back there before we hopped in, and you were talking about how this was kind of the precursor to more the SUV and crossover movement, as well as inspiration for the later generation Jeeps.
Yeah.
Or is that part not as true?
It's sort of like a proto XJ in a way.
Gotcha.
Before then, no one really wanted to like build a unibody off-road vehicle. And Subaru sort of did, but this kind of came out and it surprised everyone, especially at Jeep, because they were really working heavy on this car for like 10 years. They made a few attempts and failed at it because of Jeep suspension that ain't really road-like, because that's a...
Well, they engineered it in the 40s.
Yeah,
like similar technology.
Yeah, it's basically old school, and they're trying to graft a Jeep drivetrain into a car, and it wasn't working out for a while. They wanted to create something that was smooth and comfortable for everyday driving, but you could still take off the beaten path.
Gotcha.
And they had a hard time getting that smooth and comfortable part out. So they, what's those guys' name in Europe? It's the same guys that did the Jensen FF, because Roy Lund, who was kind of heading this, he used to work on the British sports cars racing in Le Mans, and then he got dropped into Jeep, which was completely different, which I understand he
leather. I mean, your dash isn't cracked. Your dash is put together nicely. All the leather, I mean, there's a little bit of cracking with the driver's seat, but it's a 30-year-old car.
It held up really nicely. 180,000 miles, all these 30 years. It's kind of surprising.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, no, props to you and props to the previous owners that have
it's just those tedious things like the window motor that took 3 years to find.
Yeah, you said we were talking at lunch. It took him 3 for the cabling for the window regulator. 3 years, and it cost you $20. As soon as he got the cable, he posted online saying, "I finally fucking got one."
Yep.
And someone offered you $200 on the spot.
Right away, boom. It's like, huh?
It's like LE Miata parts. It's insane. And I also don't know if y'all can tell by the bead of sweat dripping down, but we do not have any air conditioning.
Yeah, it
in
used
Michigan
to work.
In July.
It used to work, but I think it's like the old school is an
I have
R12.
some air though.
Yeah, there's a floor vent open right there. I already have it open because it's
nice.
Unbearably hot today.
Yeah.
But the AC used to work, but there was a slow leak, and it's the old school AC that you can't find anymore anyway. So that's a whole nother project to fix on it.
Sure. And the mindset behind just us meeting up and getting together and driving this car is not so I can try to put it to the test and to try to get some stats out of it.
Oh yeah, 0 to 60 at some point, and it will probably pull what, 0.01 G in the corner.
Yeah, probably.
And 60 to 0 and maybe 500 feet. Yeah, it's not a performance car.
It's not a sports car. I was offered a chance to drive an AMC.
Yeah.
Of any kind, and with this being a lifted wagon, I think it's pretty fucking rad.
It's a road trip vehicle for the family, basically. And,
here, let's flip around here.
And brakes.
Yeah, I didn't notice after the second time of trying to brake it. You probably saw it on my face on camera.
Yeah.
It definitely does pull to the left.
Yeah.
It definitely has some left tug. Here, let's actually not pull a U-V here, but
you can just go around, flip around in this yard. Yeah.
Here,
they did make some sporty versions, but
sporty versions of this?
Yeah, like SX4s. It was basically, you know, modifying from other people to try to get them rally racing in that, which I don't think they were too successful, because it's essentially, this car is like a 1970 Hornet that they rebadged into a Concorde, I think in the late 70s, which also they spawned off the Gremlin when they chopped it in half.
Right.
And then they took a Gremlin, put a fastback to call it the Spirit or SX4.
Right.
Yeah, they just basically reused the same body as many times as they could, because they were just, there was no money coming in at that point.
Gotcha. Steering is long. Long is a good way to put it.
Still need to check out that steering wheel adjustment. There's like a little pull lever.
Okay, so to level it, or
yeah, there's like a little adjustment lever. It's like a little pull. It almost looks like a turn signal stock down there.
Oh, is it this?
Probably. I can't see it from here. Yeah, you pull that to adjust the steering wheel.
Pull it?
Yeah, there you go. And it'll go all the way down, like to the seat.
Oh wow! I'm gonna put this back up. I had to get some air in here because I was becoming reflective.
Yeah.
Oh, you could, hold on, let me take off my bro hat for a second. And like, oh yeah.
The seat will go back further yet.
I'm sure it would.
Oh yeah.
This is lovely though. I could totally, like...
I'm serious, that seat will go touch the seat. Like, I don't know why they did it like that.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know why that even came up.
This is comfy right here though. I can fuck with this. Fuel economy and some possible maintenance issues. Other than that, this would be a fantastic road trip car.
I'd even keep track of fuel economy. I think some people sometimes get 20 miles a gallon, but then
no way, really?
If they drive it really carefully, I think they might be doing mods, or I never bother calculating
aerodynamic mods.
I do know, like, I didn't even touch the gas today at all, and that fuel gauge barely moves.
Oh,
and
really?
From like 1 hour driving around, but I think it's a pretty big fuel tank.
Awesome. Well, Tom, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
For letting me have a go in your whip. And yeah, this thing's great. I didn't think I'd be driving one of these today, so this is actually quite hysterical.
Yeah. Not too common to find them anymore. Go to car shows, you see the Ferraris and Lamborghinis, think, okay. Sure. And then what's this?
Well, trust me, I know all about that. I run a car club in Park City, Utah, where, you know, a ski town.
That's always fun.
thank you, Tom, for letting me have a go.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it, and I shake your hand right now, but I'm like mad sweaty.
Yeah, we're like drenched. It's getting disgusting.
But yeah, I think that kind of concludes this little video. Not so much a raw test, but just seeing what this is like.
Yeah,
seeing
just
what
cruise around. That's what this car's for anyway.
AMC Eagle. Check off the list. But yeah, if y'all want to, if y'all feel the need, just go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell icon so you actually know and are notified when we actually come out with new videos. And go like us on Facebook if you haven't already, Instagram, I'm going to throw all of that